Hi everyone. Today I thought I would talk to you about the causes and potential treatments for oily skin. So basically what causes it and what you can do to address it and to reduce its appearance. So if you find that your skin is constantly shiny, if you find that you're having to reapply your makeup if you wear makeup throughout the day, or blot lots and lots of times during the day, or if your skin feels greasy even after you've cleansed, or you're finding that you're having more and more breakouts, then you've got oily skin. So here are a few things that might help you to deal with oily skin. So oily skin is basically caused by overproduction of sebum. Sebum is an oily substance that our sebaceous glands produce naturally. And our sebaceous glands are all over our skin, just underneath the surface of the skin. Now, sebum is actually required by the skin to help maintain the skin's barrier, basically keeps us waterproof. And also it helps to provide a level of moisture to the skin so our skin doesn't dry out. But in some cases, we overproduce sebum. So it basically gets out of control and you end up with this kind of sheeny, shiny face. So the main reasons why you might have an overproduction of sebum, I'll just go through them now. There's 7 sort of typical reasons why someone might overproduce sebum. First one is genetic, which through no fault of your own, it's just the way your genes are. Your parents may have had oily skin and so on. It just continues down the line. There are things you can do to address it, but there's not necessarily anything you can do to stop it from happening. The second reason might just be your age. You know, when you're younger, you get lots of breakouts. It might be because you're overproducing sebum, and that sebum, that oil is mixing with the dead skin cells on the surface of your skin and blocking your pores. As you get older, your production of sebum naturally reduces and your skin gets drier. That's not always a good thing, but for someone who's suffering from oily skin, it might be a welcome reprieve. So age could also be a factor. A third reason could just be climate. It could just be that you live somewhere that's really hot, or you're just going through a really hot summer. And obviously, as your skin is feeling the effects of the heat, you might be producing more and more oil. A fourth reason could be just that you have enlarged pores, and that might be because you've had acne in the past and your pores have widened because they were so congested. It might be for other reasons. It might just be the way your skin is. But if you have enlarged pores, the pores where the sebaceous glands sit, then you're more likely to have overproduction of sebum, or at least the appearance of overproduction of sebum. It might be that you're using the wrong skincare. Now, if you're using like heavier creams, they might be sitting in the pores and actually exacerbating the congestion and causing more breakouts and more oil production. You might be overdoing your skincare. So you might be using products that are a little bit too harsh and they strip the skin, causing it to think, I need to make more sebum. So you get much more conversely made after that. So if you're using cleansers, potions, lotions that are a little bit harsh, a bit too acidic, they strip the skin too much, the skin just decides to go into survival mode and make lots more. Or you might not be moisturizing, and it's a myth to think that just because you've got oily skin, you don't need to moisturize. The sebum that's produced on the surface of the skin maintains the skin's barrier, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the cells under the surface of the skin are receiving adequate moisturization and hydration. So you do still need to use a moisturizer even if you've got oily skin. So what kind of things can you do to reduce the effects of excessive oil on your skin? You might not be able to stop the excessive oil production, as I've already mentioned, but you can certainly reduce the effects and the appearance. So here's how you do that. You need to be washing your face at least twice daily, morning and evening. First thing. Second thing, you need to make sure that whatever products you use, they are oil-free, obviously, but also non-comedogenic. Comedogenic products basically will sit within the pores and cause more congestion, causing more sebum production, more congestion, and it becomes a vicious cycle. You need to make sure that whatever face wash you're using is gentle and non-stripping. So it's not harsh. It's not going to strip away the natural balance of sebum on your face, causing your skin and your pores to make much more. It's just going to wash away the impurities and leave it at that. You need to make sure also that, again, whatever you're using isn't oil-based, but also it's not alcohol-based either, because alcohol will strip away the natural oils to such an extent that your skin will just feel like it needs to make much more. As I've said before, you need to moisturize. Having excessive oil on the surface of your skin doesn't mean that the lower levels of the skin, the lower layers, are adequately hydrated. So you do still need to use a moisturizer to ensure that you're hydrating at all levels. Sunscreen. You've always got to protect your skin from sun damage. You can get sunscreens that are oil-free. In fact, I would encourage that you do so if you already have oily skin. And you definitely need a sunscreen that's non-comedogenic, so it won't just sit in the pores of your skin. You need to make sure that if you are wearing makeup, that it's oil-free makeup. For again, I need to keep going on about the fact that all your products need to be oil-free. But that's the best way to make sure you're not blocking your pores and making the problem worse. And talking about makeup, always take off your makeup before you go to bed at night. Because if you sleep in your makeup, you're basically compounding it into your skin and it's making that congestion worse, and that's going to increase oil production even more and leading to more breakouts, and then you just get that cycle continuing. Use blotting papers. They are a bit old school, but they work. If you find that your skin, your face is getting oilier and oilier throughout the day, just keep blotting papers with you and use them regularly. And finally, try not to touch your face, because that's the surefire way to spread any kind of infection, congestion, any debris, impurities. You're spreading it everywhere you touch. So try and make sure that you're not touching your face, or that you reduce the number of times that you touch your face throughout the day. It's really difficult to do because most of the time you don't even realize you're doing it. I'm sure I've done it a few times during this video. So just keep an eye on how often you are touching your face, and try and think each time you touch your face and touch something else, you're transferring bacteria from one to the other. So I hope all of those things have helped you to think about how you can reduce the effects of excess oil production on your face. If you'd like to talk to me about specific products that can help you achieve that, then by all means contact me on my social media channels on Instagram or on Facebook, TD Aesthetics, also via my YouTube channel, or you can just send me a message via my website, www.tdaesthetics.com. I hope this has been helpful, but if you have any questions, do contact me. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.